Hi, my name is Brandon Nielsen. I'm glad to be part of this Washington State University class on management. Couple of things about my heritage. My father's side of the family, Nielsen, came from Denmark and actually came up on a ship up through the Mississippi River and got off and then headed west and joined up with a traveling bunch of Mormons and ended up in Utah, and we settled in southern Utah. My mother's side of the family is Wolf Lee, which is German, and I don't really remember the heritage, how we got here. My grandmother was also a quarter Sioux Indian, and my dad's a 16th, and my dad was an 8th, and I'm a 16th. So that's our heritage. I do speak a foreign language. Ik spreek Deutsch. Ik heb voor een tijd in Oostenrijk gewoond. Ik word daar auf Mission. Ik habe für meine Kirche gearbeitet. Und ich habe ein bisschen mehr Deutsch an der Universität studiert. Und jetzt, es kommt oft nicht davor, dass ich mein Deutsch üben kann. Aber wenn ich Deutsche kennenlernen an der Straße, ich rede mit ihnen und ich habe ein bisschen Spaß mit das. So anyway, basically I said is I learned German at the University of Utah, and the university there, and then I also went on a service mission with my church to Vienna, Austria, and I will have a lot of fun when I meet Germans on the street in Utah. To be able to speak to them in German, they find that quite interesting. All of them speak English, however, no one speaks German here, and so they find it fun when they get a chance to meet somebody who speaks a little German, and they want to know how and where, and it's a great thing to be able to speak German. I don't read per se any international literature other than I've let my subscription to The Economist lapse. I really like The Economist. Love the in-depth reporting that happens on their level. I think some of these folks are probably civil servant type people in like the CIA, but I love the stories in there, and that's a lot of fun. I don't watch very many international movies. I don't have any interest, but it's probably just because I haven't had much exposure. So it may be interesting. I don't know. I'm going to be open to that. And I did meet a lot of people in Austria on my mission that needed help. We spent a lot of time in what they called Ausfliegerheime, which are refugee camps. And a lot of those folks were from like Bulgaria and Yugoslavia. A lot of Africans in Western Europe, and met a lot of guys and ladies from, mostly guys, from Ghana and Nigeria and Somalia. In fact, got to make great friends with those guys. We'd see a Nigerian or a Ghanaian, and you could tell the difference because Nigerians have a scratch under this eye and on their cheek, and Nigerians on this side, and you could greet somebody and say "Wahotase," and they'd say "Mahoye," and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're over at their place having fufu with them, and we would teach them German and help them kind of try to get assimilated and actually find work while they're there. And most of them looking for political asylum in Austria. Austria was good to take those folks in. And then my parents lived in Austria, or in Accra, Ghana, in Africa for 3 years. My dad worked there for his job, traveling through 9 different countries there, and got to know the people and the culture amongst those different countries quite well in those 3 years. And my whole house is full of, not my whole house, but I've got a ton of Africa stuff, which is fun. Now, as far as my reaction to the increased visibility of immigrants in the U.S., I don't think they're any more visible than they were in the past. I just think that it's been politicized. In fact, what's interesting is the Mexican immigrants that I know, and I was a reserve sheriff's deputy down in Phoenix when I lived in Phoenix, and the folks that are most ticked about this are the actual immigrants from Mexico that are here legally. They are very disturbed about the illegal immigration. They don't want them here. They're the ones that are the most disappointed and the most vocal, believe it or not. And that's my experience anyway. Is that and I think that the reason is what I've learned in speaking with these folks is Mexico has a very harsh immigration law itself. To the south, at their borders, if you get caught in Mexico illegally, you're put in jail and then shipped off. There is no tolerance for illegal immigration in Mexico whatsoever. So there's a bit of a double standard there, and most of us Americans don't know that, don't realize that. We just kind of think South America's run amok. It is not. They are very, very severely punished, and the Mexican borders to the south are very stringent. And you cannot get work as an illegal in Mexico. It just doesn't happen. And so there is a huge, huge hypocrisy there. And the Mexican people here legally know that. And it makes them sick. The ones that I know, speaking from my experience. Anyway, I apologize for being late with this video. I've been hunting in the mountains and remote. The group that I was just with knows this, that I had to get my part of my group project in soon because I've been up in the high Uintas where no cell phone coverage or internet's been available. So I just got back last night. I'm heading out again this morning at 3 a.m. So I'm back on Saturday night and then hopefully able to get all my stuff done. But I'm getting a lot of reading done, which is good. So please accept my apologies for being somewhat late with this video. And I hope that you enjoy my comments and my participation in the class, because I'm really looking forward to this from you. So thanks so much.